All right, well, hello, fifth graders again. Now we're starting to dive into chapter 12, and we're going to be looking at coordinate grids, plotting points on a coordinate grid. Um, for any teachers that might be watching this, we have combined Big Ideas Lesson 12.2 into this as well. And in my teaching, I combine these into one lesson, one assignment, lessons 12.1 and 12.2, because they're very closely related and neither of them are difficult concepts. But for fifth graders, we're going to be using this coordinate grid on today's assignment. You're going to have things like this on your paper that you're going to need to look at. Whenever you're dealing with graphing, okay, you're always going to be dealing with ordered pairs that are graphed as x, y, where the x coordinate comes first and the y coordinate comes second. Okay? And this you're just going to need to get used to. You're going to be dealing with this x coordinate, y coordinate ordered pairs all through 8th grade algebra. So this is just a good concept to understand. Ordered pairs are written as XY. Now, what does that mean? Okay? When we talk about XY, what does that mean? Well, we have an x-axis, which is even with the 0, that runs left to right. Now, as you move on, this x-axis will continue left and you will go with negative numbers. We also have a y-axis that runs vertically up and down. And as you get into 6th grade next year, coordinate planes, these will get into negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, and so forth. But the important thing to establish right now is x is how far it goes left or right on the x-axis. Y is then how far up or down on the y-axis. Now, the first thing you're going to have to do is look at a graph that has some ordered pairs already graphed for you. And we have 3 that are already graphed here, A, B, and C, and it's going to be our job to write what the ordered pair is that goes along with that point. Well, if I look at point A, first I'm going to need to decide how far right or left it is. Now, we're only going to be going right because we don't have any negative numbers today, and we see that I go as far right as 5. So for point A, my x-coordinate is 5. Then I ask, well, how far up or down do I go? And of course, today we're only going to be going up because we're only dealing with positive numbers. And I see that I don't go up any. I'm right here on the x-axis. And when I'm right here on the x-axis, my y-coordinate is going to be 0. So my ordered pair for point A is 5, 0. Now when I look at point B, let's come over here and put point B. Okay, you'll notice that my ordered pairs are always inside parentheses. That's very important. Make sure your ordered pairs, they are set in parentheses. That's the proper way to write ordered pairs. So when I go to point B, I see, well, my B is right here. And how far did I go? Well, I went over to 4. Okay, it's even with the 4. So my x-axis coordinate is 4. Then I say, well, how high did I go on the y-coordinate? Where am I over here on where it went up? Well, I went as high as also 4 on the y-axis. So I went over 4 on the x-axis, up 4 on the y-axis. So my ordered pair is 4, 4. All right, well, let's focus on C. All right, here's C. How far did I go on the x-axis? Well, I went over just 1 because C is right here. I'm on the line that's equal to 1. So my x-coordinate is 1. And how far did I go up on the y-axis? Well, I went up to 7. So it's 7 on the y-axis, 1, 7. And that's where my ordered pair is for plot C, 1, 7. Now, the second part of this is getting D, E, F is now plotting them, where you are given the ordered pair, and it is your job then to plot the point. Okay? So I'm looking at D, and the ordered pair is 2, 8. Well, remember, the first number is how far it is on the x-axis. So if my x-coordinate is 2, I'm going to go over to 2. My y-coordinate is 8, so I'm going to be here at 2, and I'm going to go up to 8. I'm going to be right there. That's going to be point D. All right, well, let's go to point E. The ordered pair is 6, 1. So on the x-axis, I'm going to have to go over to the 6. Okay, and then the y-coordinate is 1, so I'm going to be going up 1, which means it's going to be right there. 6 on the x-axis, even with 1 on the y-axis. That is going to be point E. We need to make a little better E there. There we go, that's a little better. Point E. The last one, point F, 0, 4. If it has, just like this one, when it had a y-coordinate of 0, it's right on the x-axis, like this A did. Here when it has an x-coordinate of 0, it's going to be right here on the y-axis. You can see the y there. It's going to be right here on the y-axis. So it's going to be over 0, up 4, right there, point F. And that's going to be point F on the y-axis. All right? So that is plotting points on a coordinate plane and then being also able to name the ordered pair. The second part of this assignment that corresponds with lesson in Big Ideas 12.2 is to find the distance between the points. And this is pretty straightforward. When we're finding the distance between the points, the first thing you're going to look at, like here in example 1, either the x-coordinate or the y-coordinate is going to be the same. And so here I see that in both of my points, okay, the x-coordinate is the same. Now we can go ahead and separate these both with a comma to show that they're two separate ordered pairs. We don't even need a graph. We just need to know the location. And then all I do is I have 9 and 4. And I just do a subtraction problem. The bigger number's 9. The smaller number's 4. 9 minus 4 equals 5. The distance between them is 5 units. All right, so I look at my second one. Once again, one of the coordinates, either the x-coordinate or the y-coordinate, have to be the same. And I see that the y-coordinate here is 7, and I see that the y-coordinate here is 7. So the only two numbers I'm worried about are 2 and 10. Well, 10's the bigger number, so I'm just going to do 10 minus 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. The distance between those 2 points is 8 units. That's your assignment today, lessons 12.1 and 12.2. All right, we'll talk to you later, 5th grade. Bye.